here because Jimmy Parker won that Commissioner's Court Precinct race. And Jimmy, I thank you too for running. Come on up and say hello.
First off, I'd like to thank Leroy for he's been a real good friend through this deal, and I appreciate him. And I just want to thank everybody that has supported me, and I just ask you just to help me in every way you can. It's going to be a close race in November, and I just ask each and every one of you to help me any way you can. I appreciate all you've done, and I appreciate this party. This is my first time at a convention, and I've really enjoyed it, and look forward to more.
Good, good, Jimmy. First time in Titus County we had a primary, and boy, it turned out people. Back in 2002, we had 373 Republicans voting. This time we had 1,462. We don't share that distinction alone. We have other counties around us that have been historically Democrat. In Delta County, they started with, I think, 36 about 5 or 6 years ago. They voted close to 800 Republicans in this last County, the same trend is going on. They voted, in the 40s to the 50s, and they voted close to 700 in Red River County. We are surrounding them, and we are going to see more and more Republicans come forward, and we're going to try in our little way to shape the Republican Party from Northeast Texas and become conservative. We'll tally that resolution.
I don't have a very accurate tally because my little tiny machine here, but I can tell you.
It's got to be pretty darn close then.
It's not all that close, really.
Okay.
My first go rounding, just by sheer numbers, just by sheer whole numbers, it's the 37.8 for and 57.6 against.
Okay. I think that those have won in that, and the resolution has failed. Okay, we're back on schedule. The next resolution, please. Nigel.
All right. I got in the resolution committee. Ginger had sorted out all the resolutions into different stacks based on different subjects, and I picked a couple of those stacks, and it turned out I ended up with a lot of the stuff that was new. So these are all items that are not currently in the state party platform. Resolution number 12, which was submitted from precincts 4, 6 and 14, is a resolution on censor. It was submitted, written by Steve Finley, who is our State Republican Executive Committee man. It reads, whereas the bylaws of the State Republican Executive Committee, hereinafter referred to as the SREC, empower the SREC to act as the governing body of the Republic of Texas, hereinafter referred to as the party, and exercise those powers and to fulfill those duties and responsibilities conferred upon it by the state or federal statutes. Therefore, to establish general policy for the party subject to the direction of the biennial state convention, furthermore to be responsible for the general supervision and management of the party. Be it resolved that the bylaws of the SREC be amended to include a censure clause allowing for a motion of censure to be introduced by any SREC member and passed by a 2/3 majority vote of the SREC body. I so move.
Point of order.
The motion is to adopt the resolution of censure. Is that how it's phrased?
It's basically adding a censure clause to the party rules.
Adding a censor clause to the party rules. Is there any discussion?
Bylaws of the SREC.
The bylaws of the SREC.
Point of order.
Against, for? Is there someone to speak against?
No, ma'am.
You got a point of order.
Point of order.
I'm sorry.
Point of order. Could you explain to me who they're wanting to censor?
Well, it's to be a member of the SREC.
To be another member of the SRC?
No, it's candidates.
Candidates.
Go ahead.
At the meetings.
Now, if Tony is a part of the resolutions committee, I'm allowing him to speak as privileged because he's
That's fine.
researched this too.
Steve Finley explained that the censure would be candidates who are under the Republican, run as Republicans, and do not support, and he mentioned about 80% to 85% of the Republican platform, that they would be censored, which means that this committee would censor them, and in the process would deny them state and federal funds for re-election. Now, if they want to get funds from local people, that's up to them, but the SREC would censor them and deny them funds. We had that happen in Fort Worth, where we had 5 Republicans who supported Mark Homer against our Republican candidate here. And so they could censor them, that would be published, and then we could deny them funds when they ran. And they would basically be told, we're going to run conservative against you next time.
Yeah.
That's what the censorship is.
That's what the,
And the committee would be the ones who would determine. It'd have to be by 2/3 majority, so it's not like I could come up and run somebody out because I didn't like it.
Thank you for the point of order.
Resolution on censure.
are there any other questions? Is there anyone to speak for or against the resolution? If not, I'll call the question, I can't do that. But anyway, the motion is on the floor, it's time for the vote, and that is to adopt the resolution. All those in favor, raise your hands. All those opposed, raise your hands. The ayes have it. And the motion, and the resolution is adopted. Next resolution.
Okay, resolution number 14 reads, be it resolved that early voting should begin 2 days earlier and end 2 days earlier, not end Friday but Wednesday. That's so moved.
Okay.
For explanation, I would just say that the dates and timing of early voting is set by the state election code, and if this went forward, it would have to involve a change to the election code.
Okay, the resolution is to move early election days 2 days later,
2 days earlier.
earlier, and end 2 days earlier on the other side. Okay, is there any discussion on this resolution? Linda, you want to speak for or against? For it, is someone to speak against? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, when we got out to, okay, first of all, it ended on Friday, and so the people over here that was putting the bags together had to work Saturday and Sunday to get it done, to get it to us at 10 o'clock Monday morning for the election Tuesday. We went to Chapel Hill, and on Tuesday morning, we didn't have our stuff correct over here, and she didn't have her stuff correct over here. Because it was all messed up. The workers need more time, in my opinion, to get it and not be in the fix that they were in. So that's the reason we thought this would be a good idea.
Okay, against it? Carl?
I don't see how this would change any of that. I think it's good that it starts on a Monday and it ends on a Friday. I just don't see how that could